嗱，上一集咧帶大家去睇一間喺 BoxHill South 嘅5房5浴室嘅法式豪宅，大家都有唔同嘅觀點啊！大家睇下今次拍賣啦。行開啲講，佢優點應該講，佢都係5房浴室，咁佢其中就係話佢校網咧係盲 wave， 雖然係 BoxHill South 佢係盲 wave 嘅校網，咁同埋佢呢間係新屋嚟嘅，咁佢都有晒套房5房浴室，同埋佢所有嘅嘢都好實用，就冇話好多好花巧，例如一啲咩 theatre 嗰啲佢就冇嘅嚇。咁有個唔好處就係我有幾樣少少，一就係你睇條柱啱啱對到正一正呢條燈柱。第二樣嘢就係佢有個路因為佢有少少暗斜，嗱呢度睇落唔覺斜嘅，佢後邊咧有個斜咧斜落個廚房位，我唔係好中意嚇。同埋佢同個飯廳客廳係比較近，因為以豪宅嚟講唔應該咁近嘅。嗱，呢個係因為我整體感覺就係睇咗咁，同埋佢呢個價錢咧，佢之前賣290萬至到315萬開價，我唔知我係咪之前曾經拍賣過啦，或者係曾經賣過賣唔到 private sale。佢今日咧就用 auction 就降低用275萬至到295萬去賣，即係原之業主係想300萬左右賣嘅。而一間屋咧，佢喺2年前係121萬嘅地皮買翻嚟，咁我當佢起嘅建築面積係當拍腦袋112萬咁，即係佢嘅成本大約係240、250萬，即係佢原之佢要大約300萬左右，佢先至係賺，先至肯賣，係啦。我就係有咁嘅感覺。開始拍賣啦！呢個拍賣官咧，好耐之前，記得上次一集啊，喺猛威菲啊。就係佢有個木路空光嗰個。
By way of introduction, my name is Davey Sy. On behalf of our award-winning team of Buxton, of course, Barandara, and of course Whitehorse, just opening just now, folks. We wish you the very best of luck today in securing your real estate ambitions. Also want to take the opportunity to thank our lovely vendors for trusting us as the auctioneer, and of course,
喺我右邊呢度咧就有20人。對面有少少，喺我左邊都係20人，喺我右邊都係20人，整體70人度啦，都算係唔少人。佢聽佢講下嘢。
We also have Chriselle, Kevin, Joy, Anna, Anu. We all wish you that same thing today, as all the very best of luck. Today's auction will be conducted as the Schedule 1 auction rules, which states that the auction will be conducted according to the rules, and any additional information that were laid upon you guys before the commencement of the auction. The auction rules prohibits false bids, it prohibits major disruptions by bidders, it prohibits bidders from bidding, others from bidding, and there is fines for this type of conduct. The auction rules permit vendor bids, and only I, as the auctioneer, can place a vendor bid on behalf of the vendors, and the words I'll be simply be using are vendor bids if a vendor bid is to be placed. One of the most important rules of the auction is once the contract hits my hand, the property is deemed sold. I will not be able to take any late bid after that moment. So if you're here to secure this brand new French provincial mansion, I recommend us to bid bold today, bid aggressively, show your competition your strength at all times. Documentation indicates the property we are selling today is identified on certificate title reference volume 8716 folio 116 being lot number 1, otherwise known as of course our team here at Buxton as number 2 Houston Court in the beaming heart of BoxHill South. Folks, today's auction is an unconditional contract. Of the fall of my contract, a slender 10% deposit has been made.
我記得呢個拍賣官就係上次孟威菲咧嗰個拍賣官，我第一次見佢喺BoxHill，佢就做一間叫孖屬。上次孟威菲間屋咧，佢就幫襯一間叫做，即係佢幫一間叫 Winco， 今日佢幫呢間叫做 Buxton， 幾快喎！佢轉咗3份工1年之內。
The only thing you probably can complain about is absolutely everything is too close. Walking distance to Burwood Brickworks. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got easy tram access. We've got all the BoxHill Blackburn eateries as well down the road. BoxHill Central just moments away. Ladies and gentlemen, We've got the Burwood one, we've got Forest Hill Chase, and even Camberwell is just up, straight up Burwood Highway. Folks, schooling top notch, very close proximity to Robert McCubbin's primary school, and of course zoned for the acclaimed Mount Waverley Secondary College, where top students graduate
咁如果
absolutely
咁講，咁呢間屋咧，我覺得
PLC
可能
obviously
大約都
number
係
one
300
for
萬嘅，
that
我又唔覺得佢
and
會
of
好
course
搶得好
at
高
the
咯。
very, very top for VC as
300
well.
萬到睇下業主買唔
Very,
買，
very close
唔
proximity.
會過300億。
Ladies and gentlemen, we're smack bang in the middle with easy M3 access and also M1 access. And I'm telling you, we got Deakin University and Monash University, only a 10-odd minute drive. Folks, apart from the location and the affluent neighbours that this
好
address ，
不如我停一停，等佢一陣開始拍賣嘅時間，我再起機。
that you'll be the first one to
我
live
周圍
in
環境啊，其實我喺右後方呢度有20人，前面就有20人，呢邊都有成20幾人，即係60-70人嘅都有，係咯。今日佢去介紹緊嗰個情況。
Plenty of storage space throughout the home. Extra 3 massive bedrooms, all with their own ensuite, all with tile from floor to ceiling, all European design tiles, and of course all with walk-in wardrobes. Ladies and gentlemen, this stunning home, ticking absolutely every box. We're yet to find out who is the lucky buyer here to secure number 2 Houston card here in BoxHill South. Ladies and gentlemen, calling for an opening bid. The opening bidder will receive a lucky red from Cassie Wang here. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be shy. I will tell you, buy now before the money gets even further. Melbourne has been the sleeping giant for the last few years. And I'm telling you, it's waking up slowly. And I'm telling you, once this giant monster wakes up, you'll regret you didn't buy in 2025. Calling for an opening bid anywhere at all. Ladies and gentlemen, 2.65, sir. Welcome to the bidding and all the very best luck to you. Looking for 50,000 increments at this stage. Who would like to bring me to the 2.7? At a 2.65, at a 2.6.5, the bid right now with Casey. At a 265, I'm telling you right now, screams extreme value. At a 1,650 on my left. First call at a 1.65. Can we go 2.7? At a 2.65, I prefer to keep it as transparent as possible. Don't want to get involved today if I don't have to. At a $2.650,000. Ladies and gentlemen, do we let the gentleman have it just for one bid? I'm telling you, walking distance to absolutely everything, smack bang in the bullseye of the dartboard location. We've got the BoxHill, we've got the Camberwell, we've got the Burwood, even fashion capital. Easy access to Warrigal Road, going straight to the fashion capital, ladies and gentlemen, from this location. At a 2.650. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's a very early morning, a very cold winter, but I warn you guys this winter, the property prices, property market won't be cold. It's heating week on, week out. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, whatever you pay today, you'll give a big pat on your back next year that you did secure this year. At a $2,650,000. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone playing their cards extremely well. I'm sure you guys had a flow chart with the family last night. All have a discussion. I'll only bid at the very end. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you the best way to buy at auction is put your best foot forward, show competition strength at all times. At a 2.650, at a $2,650,000. Can we come in? Let's come in. I don't want to get involved. Anyone? Neighbours, maybe buy another one. Perfect time to buy. At a 2.650, but you guys want to share the love. Allow new neighbour to move in.
暫時都係得一個人出價265萬。
At $50,000.
60-70人都現場，正常人啦，大部分都係華人。
Finding trades, builders you can trust. Built to absolutely, of course, Metricon builders, most #1 builders in the whole of Australia. French provincial, nothing to do, timeless design. Just get the keys and move it at a 2.65. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to put a slender vendor bid of a 2.7 to get us close to where we should be at. It's a 2.7 right now, Pacey against you again. Can we go 2 3/4 at a 2.7 at a $2,700,000, ladies and gentlemen? Just remind ourselves, if we pass it in at this stage, we do open negotiation with all parties. If you want that exclusivity, make sure you hold the highest bid at all times. At a 2.7. Casey, what do we say? Let's come back in. I'm telling you, it's worth it every single day of the week. At a 2.7, at a $2,700,000. Casey, 50? 50, bang, well done. At a 2 3/4 here, at a 2,750 against all parties at this stage. At a $2,750,000. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you guys just holding back, just waiting for the time to shine. I'm telling you, this is the time. I tell you, in the future, clearly the first digit, we won't be talking about these digits. It's got a 2 at the front, and we're at 2,750. Buying land value, I'm sure you guys know some sort of builders. They give you a quote, you add up all the numbers, it's definitely going to be more than this. At a $2,750,000. First call. Second call. Third call. Just remind ourselves we only negotiate.
講好大機會流標喎，冇人出價。
Top schooling, got your education needs from primary, even kinder, and childcare, absolutely to tertiary, all looked after. At a what 2,750. Joe, any action? Ladies and gentlemen, Kev, can we join in? Closest to the door, madam, I think you're ready to exchange contracts. At a 2,750,000. No, shake your head this way, madam. Let's go this way. At a 2,750,000, madam. Came with the glass sunnies, I'm sure. I definitely don't want to burst you in poker, madam. Let's go 2,750. I'm telling you, these numbers worth it every single day of the week. Manicured garden throughout. Low maintenance. Just move in all the wrought iron throughout the home. All the double French windows throughout. All the natural light glistering through absolutely every single angle. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got neighbours that slow down for people randomly standing in the middle of the road. This is what you buy here at Houston Court at a 2,750. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone's just been a bit shy, probably just waiting for those magical words. I just have to remind ourselves, I don't need to declare it at any time. I can knock it down at any time. So I'll tell you, just bid and hold that highest bid. 2,3/4. First call, second call, third call. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to place another slender vendor bid just because I think I need to assist you guys a little bit at a 2,775.
vendor bid 再加225,277萬5。
At a 2,775 right now. That sir, do call the big boss if you have to. We don't want any upset misses at night time. At a 2,775. At a $2,775,000. So the gentleman confirms we got good phone connection here as well. No matter what network, Vodafone, Optus, Telstra, you will have no problems here at a 2,775,000. So can we go 2.8? Easy prosper right now. Let's go. Lucky for many, the lucky 8. Sir, you received the red. Hopefully the red, you can drink it inside the home. Let's go 2.8, sir. I tell you, let's 2.8, bang, back in front. Claiming first place again at a 2.8, at a 2,800,000. Anyone to join in the fun? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you didn't come here today just to see Casey's beautiful face in BoxHill South. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you have other intentions. At a 2.8. Ladies and gentlemen, could be the gentleman's lucky day, a big crowd. But I'm telling you, it's going to let him have it at a 2,800,000. First, second, third, cab. Ladies and gentlemen, just bear with me for a very short moment. I'm going to give the vendors a quick update of the current situation. Take this opportunity to reassess your bidding strategy and your position. We'll be right back with you in a very short moment. Thanks for your patience, folks.
佢哋要退一退停，再即係問一問阿 vendor 啦，其實都係一個例牌嘅做法，大家傾下偈先啦。佢樣好苦。
Folks, the alarm bells are going off early. Great news, ladies and gentlemen. We are extremely close. I'm definitely not participating again today. So if we don't see any further bidding, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to pass the property into our highest bidder right now at a 2.8. Ladies and gentlemen, don't make no mistake. Willing to take 20,000 increments at this stage to put you in front. As I said, think about building costs, think about land and all the headache and heartache you have to deal with councils throughout that prolonged period. At a 2.8, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, if you're here to buy with the intention to buy, this is the time to shine. At a 2.8 million. First call, ladies and gentlemen, last chance. 20,000.
哇！我仲以為係啲咩，我以為有啲咩恐襲添。佢咁樣駛架車入去頭先。
Anyone? Any action over here, Joe? At a 2.8, we leave. They always say don't leave it on a round number. At a 2.8, many people might come with the same budget. Push that little further. As I said, buy, wait to buy if you're in the position to buy. This is the premium, best time to buy property at a 2.8. Last chance, third call, second last call, third call, ladies and gentlemen. Folks, we are going to formally pass number 2 Houston Court here in prime BoxHill South at 2.8 million. Thanks for attending another Buxton, Burwood, Canterbury, BoxHill auction, ladies and gentlemen. Drive safe, have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you at another Buxton auction soon. Thank you.
Thank you. 唔該晒，佢都好禮貌，我都 appreciate 佢，得一個人買家負隅頑抗。咁冇啦，280萬就已經冇人出價啦。咁啊，可能佢嗱，你睇下佢好似夾住佢再入去再傾傾啦，唔知會再加多少少。我相信個業主要300萬先賣嘅嚇，咁睇下個業主會再添啲去賣成幾間屋啦。冇啦，冇辦法啦，因為多人喺收睇啦。其實附近真係好多人嘅，睇下係啦，幾多人？對面係20個，後邊有20個。啊，咁呢邊都有成20個、30個都有，係咯。好啦，第一休完息頭炮賣唔成添，咁希望下一間賣得成啦。大家記住 CLS 啊，拜拜。係啊，7月後復出第一集拍賣就唔成功啦。可能啲人都覺得呢間屋唔係好大嘅地皮啦，同埋裏邊啲裝修都係一般般。咁啊真係啦，之後咧賣唔成啦，真係流標啦。業主咧就加翻價去到290萬至到299萬，係 private sale 嚟㗎。咁啊之後睇下仲有冇買家去出價再買呢間屋啦。多謝大家收睇啊！記住俾個 like 啊，同埋訂閱我嘅頻道，撳埋鐘仔，最好就有埋留言同分享啊！拜拜。